How y'all doing? Are y'all really listening to these men? Y'all taking it in? Well, first off, my name is Carl Wesley, better known as Carl Wesley, the brand. You know what? Before I came in here, I didn't really know what I wanted to speak about, right? But let me ask a favor from you. Can you please stand up for me? I want to feel like I'm talking to someone instead of talking to myself. Stand right here for me, please. What's your name? I'm Carl. King?
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you. What's your name?
Giselle.
Say it one more time.
Giselle.
All right, Jazee.
Giselle.
This is Aiden. All right, good to meet you. Y'all twins? Y'all brothers? All right, what's your name? Amari. What's your name? BJ. Good to meet you. Nice strong handshake. I want to take this time to speak about love and the power of love. When you think about love, you may think about a mother's love. You may think about romantic love. But I want to speak about the power of love and what it means. To love your brother, love your sister, love your mother, but most importantly, love yourself.
All right.
Love is an emotion. Love is also an action. Love can take you out of a place of darkness, a place of depression. Let me explain what love is and what it can do. I hear, like my brother Rico said, when you speak to certain people, their reactions to their behaviors, I don't care. They don't care about the outcome. They don't care about their life. They don't care about what happens to them. Why is that? Maybe because they're ignorant. But they don't love themselves. They haven't experienced love firsthand, or they don't love themselves. Let me ask you something. I'm going to just ask one person. What do you enjoy doing? Playing football. Are you a good student? You take care of your business at school? But I'm going to act as if I'm talking to a kid that is struggling in class. They're struggling with paying attention in class and struggling with their academics. Mm-hmm. I say, well, why you act up? Why can't you listen to your teacher? I don't care. They don't care. That means they haven't fully understand of the outcome of not following instructions. Because if you love yourself and you love the things that you love doing, you would not do those things that's preventing you from doing the things you love, like playing football, for example. There are some gentlemen that are, regardless of what age, you can't say you love yourself if you're putting yourself in situations that is going to harm you or others. Now, we're talking about some extreme measures, like some situations where you'll get in trouble in the streets that will lead you to prison or dead. If you love yourself, you wouldn't want to be in prison. Prison is not fun. There's nobody in their right mind say, I want to go to prison. Not the ones that love themselves, not the ones that have love in their life. Right? So I want you to really think about the people that love you, your mothers, your fathers, your guardian, your uncles, I don't care who it is. But guess what? If you do not have that, you have to have love for self. Because like I said, the consequences of you not paying attention and not doing the right, making the right choices, you don't want to be in those circumstances. Because jail and prison, which I have never been, right? But I know from my peers, my uncles, who've been incarcerated for 25, 30 years, prison is not the place you want to be at. And it's about choices. It's about choice. It's the one choice. It can be as simple as going left or going right. But it's about your mindset, how much you know and how much you care. It doesn't matter about if something is easy or hard. Sometimes you have to make the difficult decision. If you know this path is the right path, I don't care how hard something is. If it's the right path, you better take that hard path. Because like my brother Kenny said, sometimes there's a lot of benefit in taking the challenging route, because that's where the benefits are. But I don't want to go that path, because Brother Kenny already touched on that. I already talked about love. I already talked about choices. Choices are rooted in knowledge. It can be knowledge that has been imparted and given to you by your parents, or it can be self-knowledge based on your self-love and your desire to learn more. Whether it be reading a book, like my brother Rico said, listen to YouTube videos, but the time to truly invest in your knowledge, your education is now. Don't wait until you get 20, 30 years, 40 and try to figure out what you want to do with your life. You better start thinking about this now. I'm in education. Last year I was teaching first grade students. They were 6 and 7. I'm already instilling in them the importance of education, already thinking about what do you want to be when you grow up. They have 10, 11 years before they even get out of high school. But the time to start is now. You're still kids, you want to play, have your fun. I'm not trying to steal your childhood, but at the same time, you got to start thinking like you're grown. You get what I'm saying? To be ahead of the game. You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to be 20, 25, 30 trying to figure out what it is you want to be when you grow up. Okay? I think I want to end it right there. Knowledge is power. Please. I don't care how boring, I don't care how you don't want it. Please continue to seek knowledge and understanding. Ask the questions, because that is what's going to free you from any circumstance. That's what's going to take you from here to wherever you want to be at in life. You have to ask yourself, what do you truly want to be? What impact do you want to have when you leave this earth? The choice is yours. Let me explain something. Something happened recently about a week ago. Like I mentioned before, I'm in education and I work in summer school, right? And this young woman made a decision that still is replaying over and over in my head. There was a situation where she was in class and the teacher, she was playing on the phone. And the teacher said, please put away the phone. Let me have it. Give me the phone. It had 10 minutes left in class. Just 10. The teacher was not going to take the phone from her. Not for good. You're not paying attention. You're not doing your work. Give me the phone. I'll give it back at the end of the class. She refused. Okay. At this time, administrative was called. That's a principal was called to the classroom. The principal explained the situation. Please, give her the phone, because if you do not, we're going to have to suspend you. In summer school, you can only miss 2 days of school. If you got suspended, you're going to miss 3. What happens if you miss 3 days of summer school? Guess what? You're going to have to repeat. You get retained. So this girl was in 7th grade with the potential of going to the 8th. The principal repeated herself a few times. She was Hispanic, so we asked a translator, somebody that's bilingual, to explain to her in her own language, her native language, just to make sure she understood. You either give the phone to the teacher that you will get back in 10 minutes, or you're going to get expelled. And if you get expelled, you have to repeat the whole 7th grade year again. Do you understand? Yeah, I do. I don't care. 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Give the teacher the phone for 10 minutes. But she wanted to be English. She wanted to be whatever. And guess what? Now she has to repeat the whole 7th grade. 10 minutes or repeat the entire year over one decision. I'm encouraged from this story. I'm just encouraging everybody to make wiser decisions. And some of the decisions that we make, like my brother Rico said again, it's easy to get into, hard to get yourself out of. So I encourage any and everybody, I don't care if you're a teenager or an adult, please think before you make a decision. Pause. Think about the outcomes of your decision. Think about what you're getting into. Think about the pros and the cons, the good and the bad. What can come of this situation? We talked about love being an emotion, but one thing that is very, very, very hard for any and everybody in here is to calm yourself down in the face of adversity. It's hard to regulate your emotions. Calm down. If somebody come up to you and smack you or push you or threaten to beat you up, you're going to get hot. You're going to want to defend yourself. You're going to want to do something. You may curse. You may do something. But I'm begging any and everyone to at least think about the consequences of your action. I'm going to say one more. I'm going to share one more story. This is something that I had to repeat over and over and over and over in my 1st grade classroom. Can I get y'all that? Thank y'all. Can I have a seat for me, please? I want to finish with this. What I want you to do is just tap my shoulder. All right? Whatever. Stay down. I'm doing my work. I want you to tap my shoulder. Stop. Stop. Tap again. Ah! Mr. Wesley, what are you doing? And I just wail off. Do you think I would get in trouble? Yes or no? But you were bothering me. You kept tapping me when I said stop. Does that matter? It doesn't matter. The first thing that these kids want to say, well, I didn't start it. Or why he not getting in trouble? It doesn't matter. Well, you don't care. It's not that I don't care. Sometimes we have to own up to our mistakes. Just because somebody else is bothering you, somebody else is looking at you, just because somebody did, it doesn't matter. We have to regulate our emotions. And regardless of, like I said, what somebody else is done, we have consequences based on how we react. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter what somebody else does to you. How will you respond in the face of adversity? That's how you will be tested. That's how you'll be looked at. Always remember that. Pause before you make any decision. Think about it. Continue to educate yourself and never give up. God bless.